I'm here. Oh, still starting. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get my iPad fired up here so I can see what I got going on. See if I can see comments tonight. Thought I got pretty good at it last week. But we'll see, maybe not. See oh, we don't want my voice on there. Comments tonight. Okay, hold on. Thought I got pretty good at it. All right, so we turn that off. Like starting all over, learning how to ride a bike again. I guess if you get on, let me comment. Oh, Dawn's on. She can see me and hear me. Vesta, hey guys, thank you. Oh, and here comes the comments. So good. We're good to go. And with that, I'm just going to get started. I'm Jill Blanchette, Green Thumb Stamper, and tonight I'm going to bring you 3 cards using the prairie grass. Oh, guys, I forgot to do the drawings for the cards from last week. I'll have to do it when I'm done and post them. I'll post them in a comment when I'm done. I totally spaced on doing that. I was gonna do it. I got them sitting out, and then I went upstairs for dinner. Totally forgot about it. Hey, Julie, thanks for hopping on. Betty, Ann. So with that, I am gonna have to tell you guys to, because I don't even have them written down where I can have you guys pick numbers. So they're buried over because I cleaned up for class from last weekend. So anyway, I'm rambling. Welcome to my weekly live. Tonight we're going to use prairie grass, like I said, and I'm not going to hold it up because it might be backwards. I was playing with the buttons and thought I had it all set up for when I went live. So I'm not going to hold it up because it could be backwards from when I have it laying down. Anyway, 3 days of free shipping here going on. So if there's anything that you need to stock up on, be sure and stock up while you got free shipping. And the join special still going on. So if you have a big enough wish list, you can join $35, get $125 off your wish list, then turn around within like less than 24 hours, I think, and order while we still have free shipping, get your 20% discount off the products and the free shipping. So it's mind blowing. I wish I could sign up again, but I can't. So with that, I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to get going. I got 3 cards to show you, but they're not long cards. So let's going. I think I need to turn this light off to get the little circle to go away. I don't think that does a whole lot to my image. Well, this is prairie grass. Let's zoom in on it a little bit. So we're ready to go. So this is the prairie grass stamp set. This is what I'm going to use. I inked it up first time today, and this sentiments are so pretty. But you know, what I didn't do was look and see if it was still available to purchase. I've been trying to make sure that the stuff I'm using is available for purchase. Our embossing folders and stuff go out of stock, I get retire so frequent that when it comes to an embossing folder, I just kind of grab and tell you guys you can use what you have in your stash. Hey Debbie, thanks for hopping on, and Christy, thank you for sharing, Debbie. I appreciate it. Linda's on too. Thank you for hopping on. So this is just, I'm going to show you 3 cards, as I said. It's just a really, really pretty, as I said. Oh, let me see, is it backward? No. Um, the font is very fine and so pretty. You'll see it when we get going because I use the fonts in here. So I'm going to start with my easy peasiest card first. And that'll be this one. So let me show you what we're going to do because I jumped right ahead to the card and didn't tell you that we're starting with a 5.5 by 9.5. Verify that. 5.5 by 9.5 inch piece of basic white. Oh, thanks, Tony. So prairie grass is still available. Grab yourself scrap paper. You could do it right on top of your glass mat. Even we're gonna blend. You could blend on your glass mat. Just be careful that if you're moving the cardstock around, it will pick it up on the back. So I did bring in an extra piece of paper for that. And we're going to just do some blending. So let me show you what we're going to do first. We're going to build up our background. So I'm going to start with my blues, and I'm going to start with my cloud cover. I tried to make one from an old felt ink pad that I had. And I don't think it did too bad, but it needs more ink on it. So what I'm going to tell you, the kits that I'm going to do, I'm not going to do this first card in a kit because it's very easy. It's just a piece of white paper. The next one, I'm going to give you the pieces of paper, but you'll need to do this part. You can either do it on this big piece and make all these cards, or you can trim it down like I'm going to show you, and you'll see what I'm saying. Just do the small piece. But I got my cloud cover, so I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to put some on here. And see, this is where I say I need more ink in my ink pad because I don't really pick up a whole lot. But that's okay because I don't really want a whole lot right now. So I'm just picking up a little bit of the cloud cover and I'm blending it around. Just enough to faintly see a little bit on the paper, and I'm going to call it good right here. Then I'm going to switch to Balmy Blue. And because they're all kind of close in color, I'm thanks for sharing, Mom and Christy. And Tony probably shared too. Tony's a usual sharer. So thank you all for sharing. I appreciate it. It does help me get more eyeballs. So now I've got the Balmy Blue, and I'm going to do the same thing, but on this portion of the paper, because it's going to go on the first card, let me show you. I don't want I kind of want this a little undone. So we're going to not really kind of go all the way to the edge. So we're just going to go around now with our Balmy Blue. Put that over the top. Like I say, we're only going to kind of go part way out on the, not all the way to the edge. Come down a little bit more. And then now I'm going to bring in some Misty Moonlight. This one should make a lot of color in there. So we're going to just pull that color around. Like I say, I'm going to try and not get too close to the edge, but I want to sort of give it a little bit of a, I don't want a harsh drop. So we're going to just kind of go off the edge a little bit. All right. So we're going to call that good with our blue. Now we're going to bring in our green. And I have, hi Jasmine, thanks for hopping on. I've got soft seafoam, granny apple, and old olive. So we're going to start with the soft seafoam. Ink that up. We're going to do the same idea. We're going to go very light. It's a very light color, so we're going to just kind of go around in there, on and off the area. We're not making any distinct lines so much as we are just filling it in. So we're going to call that good. Barely see I got any on there, but we can go back and add more. You can always add more, but you can't take it off. So now we're going to do some granny apple. I'm using again the same brush. They're all greens, but this has probably got a lot to it. So let's barely touch them down. barely kind of go over off the edge there. Come back in here. Darken it up, blend it in with our blue a little bit. And then we'll get some of our old olive in here. I probably could have went a little heavier with the granny apple. Fade that out off the edge. And I think I might go back and add a little more granny apple, just cause, you guys, just cause I like that color in there. We'll add, see if we can get a little, want just kind of a little bit more brightness of the to the green. I think that's working. And just like I said, I'm going faintly off to the edge. There, I think that'll be good. When you see what we're got going here, I'm gonna go a little heavier up here on this piece of it. All right, so we're gonna stop there. We got our layers on there. Now we need to cut this paper down to have this piece be 4 1/4, or excuse me, 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll get our trimmer out. We'll turn it. Where's my top? Here. And so we're going to cut this to 4 inches for this card. Ooh, that was a rough cut. I just changed the blade on my other trimmer today, but hi, Patty. Okay. Then while we're here, we may as well just keep cutting. The next card is going to have a 1 1/2 inch. I gotta trim this rough edge up here. All right, so now this next card's going to be 1 1/2 inches. Can't even tell I just tried to trim that up. Let's get that cut. And then this last one we're going to leave for now. Set that aside. I'm going to have to try and trim this one up too. Don't know if that piece of paper that was stuck in there was causing me grief or my blades that. That's really rough. Look at how it just kind of like tore it. Or look into a new blade just in case. Trim those off. All right. So then we're going to set these to aside. We'll use those in a second. Take my little paper out here. And now, oh no, I think I better keep that paper. Now we're going to get the big stamp, this guy. And we need this giant block. I don't even know if we sell this great big block anymore. I don't know why they make this great big stamp if we don't sell the block, because I don't think it would fit on this one. No. So, yeah, interesting. All right, so then we're going to ink that baby up with some Secret C. You could use black if you don't have Secret C. I know a lot of people don't buy the in colors. Black works great. Night and navy would probably work really nicely. Close that up. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to stamp down on this left corner, and then where I faded out, we're going to leave that. So put this here, and you can see I had to trim this. If you see how wonky it looks on the back side. Every time there was so much extra rubber that every time I stamped it down, I got like that pushed down on it. So I got my scissors like the old days and I cut it up. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. And now this guy, he's just going to get glued right onto a white card base. That I just verified I had here, that I don't have. Oh, underneath. So, and this is just a standard card base. Opens like this. So we got 5.5 by 8.5. We're just going to glue that on the front. I should probably take my own advice and stamp the words first in case I had to flip it over, but oh boy, you guys, I didn't cut it right. I got glue on it. So I must have, I wanted to cut it. Let me see what I cut it to. Oh, I cut it to 5.5. Cut it to 5.25. We're just guessing. And we're not cutting it properly because I don't want to get that glue all over that thing. So we're hoping that we just cut that straight. Imagine for me that it's straight, just in case it's not. Now it's really not. Let's cut that. All right, so let's try it again. Rewind, start over, add some glue. And I didn't cut enough, but that's close enough. Pop that baby right on there. You know what we're going to do? We're going to act like we cut it on the 8th, like so. Then we'll just put in the whole card. And trim the whole card down. That little smooch is not going to show up in the envelope. And now it's even all the way around. Then we're going to use our Secret C again. And I'm going to use My Shoulder Is Yours. This whole set's a little bit sympathy oriented kind of feel. You can see I cut that one straight across too. That one was. I think that's on there crooked. All right, we're going for it. We're just going to stamp our words right in the opening. And if you too happen to stamp yours crooked, you can always just get a square and maybe layer it on solid white. I don't know, stick it in there, cover it up. So that's the first card. Very, very simple, straightforward. Not a lot to it. But then we're going to pull in our second piece that we're going to trim down to 5.25 here real quick because we know that it's too long. We'll trim it off the bottom. We need 5.25. We are now going to pull in another layout. Nope, not that card. Well, I'm going to save this one for last because I like that one the best. So we're going to save the best for last. So then with our extra piece here, so this was piece number 2. You could always do what I'm going to do next. And then now we have piece number 3. So piece number 3 is going to make this card. Okay, so we just need like 2 inches of it. So, it's a waste, but it's a way to make 3 or more cards all in one. So we need 4 inches by 2 inches, and then we could just cut that down. So let's find our 4 inches. Oh, we're already at 4 inches from just trying to cut those little linklets off. And then now we just need to find 2 inches, whatever looks like some good 2 inches worth of color to show. We want a bunch of green. So let's go. And we want some blue. Ooh, that's not much blue. So let's go here. Come back here. That looks pretty good. So I just whack-a-doodled it down until I got, where I wanted for a color scheme there, giving us the black or the blue and the green both. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to take a piece of white that is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to kind of figure out where we want this piece to lay on our card. You could put it up toward the top, center it if you so choose, or I'm going to kind of put it a little bit down toward the bottom, like this. And then we're going to take that big stamp again. All right. And now, I know you guys have maybe watched me long enough that I do things how it works in my head. So this might not be the right way to do it or the way that another demonstrator is going to do it, but I'm just showing you how I do it. Um, I'm not usually real like methodical and all that good stuff. So we're going to ink it up. We're going to lay it down on top of both. Okay. Put our ink down. And now you guys know, if you've done like layering like this before, that most likely this stamp is not going to stamp up against the edge there, right? So we got this on there. Oh, this one it did. Because you know how if you do that no, it didn't. If you do that like 3-layer stamping, or that's why you use a mask so that you can lay it down and it doesn't get right up to it. So you see I got a big gap there. So what I did, rather than trying to line that back up, if you have your Stamparatus, by all means, you can line it back up. But now I'm just going to ink it up again. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to put this down at the bottom like this, stamp it again. And now I have a clean image ready to go. And then I can layer this one where it needs to go without worrying that I have like this gap down here. So let me show you again. If I line that up and put that there, I'm missing some stamping down here at the bottom. And typically on the like the triple layer stamping, this layer may cover it. But if I go up to the top, usually your triple layer base covers the little gap there. But I got too big of a gap down there at the bottom. So let me show you. I'm going to line that up. We'll get those lined up where they go. And I still have a gap down here at the bottom. So that's why I flipped it over. We can glue these two together now. Get those little flinklets off there again. There's my glue. Glue these two together. And I went, this is 2 1/8 inch piece of paper by 4. So I wanted it to go from edge to edge and then just have a little, and I didn't. All right, what's not? Because I'm just failing miserably today. It's a little bit longer than 4 is why, so we'll leave a little tiny border. tiny border all around just because now. And then now we can line this guy up, glue him down where he belongs, right on the front. So we see this little guy here is right here. And you're just going to like slide it into place. And it looks like I might have stamped the below one crooked, but holy cow, I didn't stamp it in the right spot. That's all right, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. All right, let's trim that little bit off there. We'll go right up to the green. You know what, I'm gonna do just a little smidge more. We're gonna have to cut everything now. I want to cut this extra green off. All right. And then we're going to layer that on a Granny Apple Green base. This one I went 11 by 5.5 or 4.25. 11 long by 4.25. So we're going to fold at 5.5. Burnish on that fold. Okay, let's see where we have to cut here. See how much. It's not too bad. We'll leave it. That doesn't look too bad. So now I'm going to glue it onto a Misty Moonlight base that is just on the 1/8 inch. So it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. Then we'll glue it onto the front. Here. Just a little tiny border on the green. Then I have a white strip. It's a 1/2 inch wide. And we'll just stamp a greeting on there. I guess it's not necessary. Is it, you think you call it a greeting when it's not like a happy thing? It's a, we're gonna use this one. Sometimes life is just hard. I guess it's still a greeting, isn't it? It's the sentiment to the, I'm using my Secret Sea ink. That's color for everything tonight. And I'm gonna stamp that down in the center of that. And then we're just going to snip it at an angle. Like that. And pop it up on the top. Dimensional. And it says, sometimes life is just hard. And I'm thinking that it kind of has sentiments that might also go on the inside too, if you wanted, like not just something to put on the outside. It's maybe got a coordinating set of words that will go inside. So you could put so very sorry on the outside, and sometimes life is just hard. My shoulder is yours, you're not alone, I'm here for you. So they kind of seem to go together in this one. We're going to put our words down here. Then I have these cute little flowers, hues of blue flowers from the Peaceful, I can't remember the name of the suite because I'm not, Peace on Earth is the name of the stamp set, and it was in the one we use for Creativity Now. And it has the doves and the real pretty blue papers. And I'm going to use some of these flowers. And the other card I used the lighter flowers. This one we're going to use some dark ones. Oops, that one didn't pick up the stick 'em. Little glue dot underneath. Oops. No, it didn't. Stuck to my finger. All right. So there's our second card. We got a little bit more border, like I said, because I stamped this guy over too far or something. So he didn't line up. But you got the idea, right? You saw how I did it. So with making the 3, and I do have a white for the inside over here. We'll glue that to the inside. You can stamp the rest of your sentiment on there. Stamp another, oh, you know what I did? I did, the big stamp again. Where did I set it? I set it over here. Probably gonna mess my, let me put my paper right on the green so it doesn't go over the edge. So I took this guy again, and I just put part of it on the sideline, like that, for the inside. And so that's the second card. And now we can come to our little third strip here. And that is going to make this card. This is my favorite. So this I will have a kit for. And as I said, I'm just going to have this piece in there. And then you can just blue and green it. Unless you want to do all 3 from the video, you'll just need a bigger piece of paper. What did I tell you? It was 9.5 by 5 1/4. That's what when you see the kit. And so then this one will have this piece in it. So you'll just need a blue and green or whatever colors you're using. Tony, lover of blue, will probably make hers blue. But if you didn't want to make yours that color, you don't have to. So we're going to bring this guy back in, and we're going to ink him up with our Secret C. We're going to stamp it down on our paper. Did I cut this one down yet? Yes, I did. We're just going to stamp the leaf in there, weeds or the flowers or whatever they are. Stamp those down on there. Then this card uses the 8.5 by 5.5 score and fold at 4 1/4 for the base. I have a Secret C layer on the 8. Let me make sure. What do I have going here? Might be too big. No, it's not 4 1/8. So, and then I have a basic white that you just need to emboss with a folder. This one here, I pulled out an old cursive words. I don't even know what it says. blossoms, something of flowers. So I don't know what it says, but this one I got a 3D some tile, distressed tiles or something. So that's what I'm using on this one. So we'll go ahead and glue those two together. Did everybody or anybody, I should say, see I sent out my first change to the things I've been up to, and my newsletter today had it was the first one with some of the new changes that I've started to do. So click on the very bottom is a mail icon. You can email me your thoughts, your suggestions. Dawn, I got yours. Thank you so much. Lori, I got yours. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a work in progress thing. My international creative director was helping me over the weekend to learn how to do the code changes that were necessary and things so that I can change it up. And yeah, it was kind of fun, kind of different, just a different, rather than having a 10-mile long email, I'll just fill you in on something different each week. Okay, so now we got those together. Now we're going to take this strip and I put it on a 5 1/4 by 2-inch piece of, we've got the two-tone Secret Sea, and I want the dark side up. So we're going to glue this guy onto there. And I'm just going to leave a little smidge of a border. And it should go, if I did it right, it should go all the way to the top to the bottom. And then we're going to rip this. And when we rip it, it's going to show the, oops, I'm off camera, sorry. It's going to show the white core inside. So it's going to leave us a nice white strip along the edge. Like that. And then we're just going to glue that onto the front. You know, somewhere that looks good to your eyes. Right or wrong. I'm going to leave a little bit more. Then we're going to glue that down. And see these, it's all very easy. Once we got that background piece made, we just did that one time, got that fussy part out of the way, and then, you know, you could make a whole bunch of cards all this way. You could make however you wanted. You could skip the first card and make them all like this, and you'd have a bunch of strips already done. So now we're going to take a piece of Secret Sea and we're going to punch. I got a 1 3/4 inch punch, an oldie but goodie. You may have a die, you may have different brand of circle punch because we don't sell a 1 3/4, or just say 1 3/8, 1 3/4. And then I got a 1 1/2 inch for my white. I should have stamped first. We may have to go back. And then on this one, I put the sending the healing power of love in this one. Put that on our Secret Sea. Crooked. It's not really going to matter on this one if I'm crooked. All right, here we go. Can't see with my shadows. Oh, I might be really low. Yep. Hold on. Let's flip it over. Pull it down in front of me. Much better. Then we're going to glue that onto the circle. Here. We're going to pop up our circle. And we're just going to kind of put it in the kind of the opening of the little sky area there. And then I have some Secret Sea, kind of ribbon, does it say? Faux linen ribbon. You see the faux lineniness? There we go. Little faux linen. So let's see if I can get a bow the first time. Too shabby. I don't like it, but one more time. Sorry, girls. It's all a matter, I think, of how you, where you, which direction you push the ribbon over and under. If you go over or if you go under. I still don't know which direction I'm supposed to go, over or under, but whatever direction that was, I think is the way I'm supposed to go. Rewind. All right. We're going to leave it like that. We're going to cut it. Oh, I didn't look to see how big my loops were. This guy's a little bit long. And then I'm just cutting right about at the loop. And then we're going to just glue that on there. And what I will generally do is cut me a little piece of dimensional, like off the edge, so I can make it skinnier. Sometimes I'll do 2, and then I just stick them on here in the, like in the loop, back side of the loop. And then that should hold it where it needs to go. And then because of the knot, it's going to stick up a little bit. So that's why I put it in that, like the crook of the loop, because it's a little indented there, so it will help it lay flatter. So you could put some more gems on here if you wanted. And then we got a piece for the inside. Can stamp another set of the flowers on here like we did the last one. You can use one of the other weed flower set things from the one of these other 2 you could put in there. You could do whatever you want. But there we go. That is our third. Oh, we didn't have a keyword today. Let's do trio. We'll do trio today. Our keyword is trio because we have 3. And then, like I said, I will draw the names and make a post. See if I can tag you in the post. Let's see, you gotta be, I think you gotta follow me for me to be able to tag you. But so here's the 3 cards that we made from that background. Goes in there. And again, yeah, that's what we did today. We're done. Let's flip back real quick. Let's go here. Let's go back out. And that's it. We're done. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Again, if you get my newsletter, let me know any feedback that you've got for if it seems easier, if it's more confusing, whatever. If you don't get my newsletter, go to greenthumbstampers.com and there's a join my newsletter. Sign up for my newsletter. It's right there anyway on my little blog page. And my blog, I will be doing more, I'm gonna call it updating, because it's not really like a blog, like a lot of people have a blog and get a notice when they update. This is one of those. It's called These Are My Stamps. Everybody can use These Are My Stamps. I pay the $3 a month to get the blog feature and a couple other things with it. And so I can go and blog and put my creations there. So rather than filling my newsletter up with all my creations, it's just a click and you can go to my blog page and roll up through that way. So like I said, I'm trying to streamline it a little bit, a little less overwhelming. So if there's any feedback you got, I'd love to hear it. I will be back again 25th for a Christmas card, which is Wednesday, Saturday, because I have to bowl. Ears up. I may end up changing it to Sunday. Maybe I'll do it Sunday morning, probably Sunday night. Because I have to bowl and we go out to dinner with our bowling partners afterwards. So I think I better go in and change all that right now to say Sunday. So I'll be on the 26th. Comment trio for one of these two card kits, and then I will go and draw for last week and put them in there. So thanks everybody for hanging with me. I will see you on Sunday night. Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your week and an awesome weekend. Good night.